We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we...
Welcome to Elevating Lives. My name is Charles Evdos, and I'm the Executive Director of Rise Life Services. Today I brought three of my staff. We have Cherita Brown, who's my Operations Director of the MH programs. I have Jeanette Permenter, who is the IRA Operations Director, and Cheryl Mills, who is our ICF Assistant Operating Director. I'm very fortunate. The nickname they've given to me is Charlie's Angels. Well, these three individuals are angels because they do so much for the individuals out there, the community, and I want to thank them and my staff for the great job they do. Cherita, tell me a little bit about your program and the MH program.
Sure. Firstly, Charles, thank you so much for the greeting, and we're very happy to be here today to support you and to tell the audience all about the beautiful work that we're doing here in the community. So within the mental health division, we are servicing 86 individuals with severe mental illness. Typically, these individuals are coming to us from homeless shelters or incarceration and have been exposed to a range of trauma and abandonment concerns. And we have really offered them safe housing, support, advocacy, and an opportunity to better their lives. One of the goals of the mental health program is to assist individuals in being more inclusive and being recognized by our community members and understanding how to be an upstanding citizen, which I think is extremely important. The basic skills that individuals need to live on their own or to be upstanding citizens or to support their children, because we do have individuals who are mothers and fathers and uncles and cousins, and they want to just be better people for themselves in general. So we really support them in making sure that they can tend to their daily living skills. We support individuals with managing their symptoms. Medication management is one of the crucial components of the work that we do. Being able to be connected to mental health services is something that the clients are being exposed to on a daily basis, and I'm very proud of the connections and networking opportunities that we've made in the community. The individuals, they are so talented and they enjoy working with the staff members that we have. We employ a lot of talented and compassionate and empathetic employees who we value and we appreciate, as well as feel appreciated here at Rise. The mental health department works in conjunction with the other ladies who you'll meet shortly, but I just am just pleased to talk more about how mental health has impacted our community as a whole. I think being able to have early onset recognition of individuals who have a mental illness is extremely important, and I would like to share that message with the community. Opening opportunities to children and families and being able to provide all the work that we do to the community will help them as adults to be able to sustain and to live more independently and to maybe be a support to other people. You know, we are very big advocates for peer support. So by educating one individual, you're really educating the community, which I think is important. We also like to do fun activities. Most recently, we had our Wayne Scott pool party, which was a huge success, and the individuals enjoyed that. They're still talking about it, and we intend to provide more opportunities like that now that, you know, the community is opening up to those sorts of opportunities. The pandemic really posed a threat to the life and safety of all those involved, and we're very excited to be able to move past that chapter. Everyone focusing on wellness and being vaccinated and making sure that they're taking care of themselves and being exposed again to community integration, which I think is what we all hope for the individuals to be recognized when they walk into local stores, you know, and be identified by name. I think that brings pure joy to my heart to know that the individuals are celebrated and recognized and missed oftentimes when they are not in the community. Another one of the goals that we have here at Rise for the population that we service is to make sure that they feel empowered and that they feel motivated. the choices that are offered to them is really to make sure they feel well prepared to make decisions for their own lives. In the past, through institutions, especially when Pilgrim State was open and all of those type of facilities, they were basically puppets. You do what we tell you to do when we tell you to do it. And now we're saying, no, we want to empower you to take the steps that you need to make the choices that you feel is important for your own life. And let us help you to remove any barriers that you feel stand in the way from you being able to do that. And in the mental health division here at RISE, we provide those services by way of a service plan. So within the service plan, we're outlining all the goals that we intend to work on with the individuals. We're helping them to identify any barriers that do stand in the way from them meeting their own goals. We help them to develop RAP plans, which is a wellness and recovery plan, to identify triggers and things that they need to be able to recognize before, symptoms occur or things escalate. So being proactive is extremely important in mental health, in community residences, in our apartment program that we have. We really want to celebrate the individuals. So just to go a little further into the division of the program, we do have 5 community residences, which are operated 24 hours a day. Within those programs, the individuals are building the necessary skills in order to live more independently when they feel prepared, and when the team as a collaborative have come together to say, we feel this individual would benefit from either being around less people or having the opportunity to live in a place that requires less staffing. In the apartment setting, the residential advisors work with the individuals on billable services, but they do not require staff on a 24-hour basis. So the individuals have really demonstrated that they can take care of themselves without staff or limited or minimal support. We also assist them in setting up mobile integration teams that can come to their homes and support them when our staff are not available. And then we have our third tier of housing, which is our supportive housing level, run by our program advisor. And the purpose of the program advisor is really to go in and help to connect those individuals to community resources. There is no staff at that program 24 hours a day. The individuals do not require that level of care or supervision, but there may be times where they need a little support in connecting to a resource that can come to them, or connecting them to care coordination that can help them after they move on, even from RISE. I think it's exceptionally important when individuals have a goal to even move out of mental health housing altogether. They feel confident in themselves that they have built the skills that they need in order to do that and to live in the community. So we assist them in applying for Section 8 housing, and making sure that when those opportunities become available, that we are pursuing them and we're helping them. So I'm very pleased to be the head of this department, and I'm very proud of my team members for all the work that they are doing here, and a special thank you to them as well.
Thank you. Jeanette, the IRA program, I have a friend named Ira. I have an individual retirement account. What is an IRA? There's so many acronyms out there in New York State that I get confused. Tell me about it.
Absolutely. In this particular situation, IRA means Individualized Residential Alternative. Currently, RISE serves 10 residential alternatives for our individuals that we support. And we also have 2 supportive IRA programs. The difference between the 24-hour supervised IRA program and these 2 supervised IRA programs is that we staff the 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We always have staff there to support the individuals in their valued outcomes and their goals that they want to work on. In a supportive IRA, we are there to help them with their job dreams. If they want to get a job, if they have a job, a lot of them drive cars, they're independent, they're out in the community. So we are there just as an extra support to them during the week in relation to our 24-hour supervised IRAs.
That's great. Cheryl, tell us a little bit about the ICF. What does the ICF stand for?
ICF stands for Intermediate Care Facility. We actually have 41 individuals in our program. And ICF is usually a smaller facility for developmentally disabled adults. We usually are the custodians of them because they cannot take care of themselves. we take them out on outings. They go to the aquarium, the zoo. They get to choose a lot of times where they would like to go. The staff assist them with their daily living goals on their skills, such as toileting or toothbrushing, bathing. They also have goals that promote as much independence as possible. We have, excuse me, dedicated staff that are always there, making sure that they receive exceptional care every day, 24 hours a day. We have an RN that's on call 24 hours a day as well. So we all work as a team to make sure that we provide the best care for our individuals.
So the ICFs require more care, the individuals?
Yes.
More intensive than our other programs?
They usually require more medical care than the other programs, yes.
Cherita, tell us a little bit how you started at RISE.
Sure. I started at RISE in year 2008, if that's telling my age at all. And I started as a direct support professional. Now the residential staff in the program are called residential counselors because that is more of the work that we're doing versus direct support. But I started, in the front line with the staff members who are doing it right now. I think that has prepared me for making a connection with the staff and understanding what they need to be successful in their role. I also think that it has allowed me the opportunity to assess where the challenges are that they face every single day, which has allowed me to incorporate more training opportunities and education materials so that way they feel prepared. So from a direct support professional, I was quickly promoted to an assistant manager of our Hampton Bays location and then the residential manager. I've worked as a residential advisor in our apartment program. I have assumed the role as the program supervisor in our supportive housing program, and then entered into administration through the program coordinator role and now the operations director. So I have been very blessed and have progressed here at RISE, and I hope to be here long term.
We hope so too. Jeanette, tell me why you chose RISE as a career or this field for a career.
I have actually been in the healthcare field for over 20 years. I've worked with many different agencies because helping individuals with different abilities, I don't say disabilities, I say different abilities, is a passion for me. I love the work that I do. It's very rewarding. I was introduced to RISE by a friend of mine who had heard about the agency. Like I've said, I've worked with many different agencies and I've provided support to many individuals. But RISE is one of those agencies that are up and coming and doing innovative things with the individuals. And I wanted to be a part of that team. And for that reason, I came to RISE. But again, this has been my passion for the past 20 years. I love helping people. I love people who love to help people. And I know that this agency is about to go above and beyond what we can do with individuals with different abilities.
Cheryl, if I were a direct care worker and I wanted to come into this field, what would you recommend that I do? What do what can I expect?
I would expect teamwork, proper training. As Jeanette said, I've been in the field about 30 years. I started when I was 20 years old, telling my age. But I would, you just have to care about what you do. You have to make sure that you're here for the right reasons, and that's to provide the best care for the individuals, helping them to make the best choices for themselves, and keeping them as encouraged and motivated as possible. Being a DSP, I actually started as a DSP at another agency when I was 20 years old. It's important that you love the field, because if you don't, then this is not the field that you should be working in. You have to be here to provide the best care.
You have to have a passion for it.
Yes,
No
you
question.
do.
No question. Cherita, managed care is coming down the pipeline. What effect do you see, not only on RISE, but all the other agencies out there? What can they expect? I mean, it's going to be a tough next couple of years.
It is, and I think that's a really important conversation to have, because managed care right now, although it's not embedded into our residential programming, the hospitals have already experienced that transition, and unfortunately in what I've experienced with the individuals who need psychiatric help, intensive, that we're unable to provide in a residential setting, they are discharged prematurely, from the hospitals because we're unable to continue to bill, or, this appropriate code wasn't applied to this billing portion, so they can't stay, they have to go home. And unfortunately, within the community residents, we're very limited in what we can do and the services that we can provide and even what we are trained for. So we're really reliant on the hospitals at times to help us, to help the individuals to get back to a place where they feel safe with themselves and, don't see a potential threat to other people that reside in the home or even work with them. So my hope is that we could really think about that transition a little bit more and maybe put a pause on that, because the empathy and the compassion for the person has to be first and foremost before we think about the revenue or the cost or the billing. Because for us here at RISE, I think that's always been at the forefront of what we do, the person, and everything else comes after.
No, I agree, because the way I see, I don't think managed care is, in my opinion, it's not going to work. It didn't work in Wisconsin. I think the care that you're talking about is not going to be there. It's all about saving money, and our individuals need this extra care. I mean, perfect example is the pandemic. Everybody suffered in America. The individuals doctors, nurses, all were essential employees or provided essential services. Our direct care workers are essential employees because they took care of the individuals we serve 24/7 basically. And unfortunately, they're not recognized, in my opinion, by New York State as an essential employee. The state puts in the budget where we can only basically, and that not only RISE, but other agencies, basically pay anywhere from $14 to $15 an hour. This type of individual, a direct care worker, should be making at least $20 an hour, minimum.
Agreed.
I mean, to live on Long Island, to make $14, $15 an hour, you can't do it.
Right.
Connecticut just made a major change where they increased their direct care workers up to 20. New York State's got to do the same. They got $900 million from the federal government. They need to utilize that money now to help our direct care workers.
Absolutely.
If the staff have to continue, Charles, to work 2 and 3 jobs, the care for the individuals suffer ultimately, because the field already is high burnout. You're putting your all into what we're doing every single day. And to think that someone who cares so much and works so hard can't pay their bills, it is deeply saddening. It really is.
No, it's definitely.
And many of these staff stayed in these programs 24 hours a day
Locked
to
down.
make sure these individuals were okay. They were taken away from their own families because we are the families of these individuals. A lot of these individuals don't have family involvement, don't have families on their own, and we become their family. And New York State needs to recognize that without these DSPs, where would these people be? They are just as essential as nurses and doctors, and they need to be recognized as such.
No, I agree. And most of the agencies out there that I know of, I've seen statistics. Basically, staffing is down by 40% for direct care workers. Some are 50, some are 60. What ends up happening is somebody wants a bed to get into a residential program. The agency can't provide that care because they don't have enough staff to fill the 3-to-1 ratio or 5-to-1 ratio, whatever the ratios are. That creates a major problem. People are going to have to wait longer. And really, it's a topic that really aggravates me that New York State needs to act now. In my opinion, enough is enough.
Absolutely.
We can't be, there was no COLA for 8 to 10 years.
Right.
Come on, we got to do something. And
Absolutely.
I plead to the legislators to do something now. We have to do it.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
agreed.
Jeanette, tell me about you. I know recently you guys went to the Poconos on a trip.
Yes,
Tell us about that.
We took 8 of the 10 houses to Camelback Ranch. The individuals had the time of their life. They really did. They were able to swim and do water slides and go out to restaurants. It was really a great thing, and especially after the pandemic, after being shut up in the homes for almost a year, to be able to get out, to get back amongst the community, to get out and do recreational activities. It was just a joy. The individuals loved it.
That's great. Cheryl, tell me a little about your background, some more of your background.
As I mentioned, I started in the field at a young age. I actually started with RISE. It will be 2 years in October. I started as the residential manager at the Jamesport ICF. I was promoted to program coordinator and then assistant director of the ICF program. As I've worked here for almost 2 years, I've seen, a lot of changes. There's a lot of different opportunities always available for everyone that want it, that wants it. So this is one of the better agencies that I've worked for. It's nice to have a supportive team and have support, where you can work together, bounce ideas off of one another. Cherita and Jeanette are very supportive. They're always, there when we need them. So some things I might not know, they always are there to help me. So I really enjoy working for this agency.
Yeah, we love having you on board.
Thank you.
I don't know if everybody knows, RISE has 32 sites throughout Suffolk County. We're opening up an outpatient clinic very shortly, September 1st is the goal. We have a food pantry, and it's 2 sites, and we also have a truck that we just did a collaboration with Long Island Cares, where we deliver food to individuals' homes that can't get to our sites to collect food. They may be elderly, they may be disabled, so that really helps us dramatically. The other big piece that we're going to be doing is opening up a site in Huntington, part of our No Walls program, but it's going to become a cultural center. It'll feature dance, music, and ballet. I mean, it'll cover all the areas that in the arts, pretty much. And I'm looking forward for that to open. That's going to provide more ability for individuals to really improve their quality of life. We're trying to grow. We're trying to make a difference. And the agency's working hard. The food pantry relies on donations. We do not get any money from New York State to cover delivery, staffing, and so forth. So if you're able to donate, please go to our website, riselifeservices.org. Go to the donate page and donate whatever you can. It's so critical that we continue this process. The Hungry right now has people that need help. Our help is up 300%. On Long Island, that should not be the case, and we're trying to do our best to help out, and we're looking for your help too. We're going to be fundraising is another big piece that we do. On September 18th, we have an event called Food Stock. The proceeds that go to from that event will go to help our food pantry. It features 3 great bands. It starts at, again, September 18th from I think it's 12 to 6, if I remember correctly. And it features Penny Lane, which is a Beatles tribute band, a Beach Boys tribute band, and a James Taylor tribute band. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We expect a lot of people. Bring your own chairs because it's going to be crowded. And again, it's a great event. We're having our first golf outing on September 20th, that Monday. And we're having a big event in Atlantic City on October 13th and 14th. More details on these events. Please go to our webpage, click on events, and you'll see what's happening. If you'd like a tour of our agency, please give me a call. My number is, I'm sorry, I forgot it, 631-727-6220, extension 203. I'd be happy to give you a tour. Look forward to meeting each and every one of you. Cherita, is there anything you want to wrap up with, talk about?
Sure. Just speaking about future events, we are planning an event at Stotty Park on August 25th to recognize the individuals who we lost during the pandemic and even beforehand. So I think that'll be a good opportunity to recognize and memorialize those individuals. And we hope that, the community can also come out and donate and celebrate and support us in the important work that we're doing. Without each of them and all of us, we really can't go forward.
Now, you also did a Wish List Wednesday, started yesterday or today?
Yes, it did.
Tell me a little bit about that. That was interesting.
Yes, so Wish List Wednesday can be found on our website at riselifeservices.org. And the wish list includes all the donations that we're asking for right now. So a lot of our houses either need, medication cabinets or floor repairs or new roofs. things that we could really benefit from the community helping us. The latest wish list item was donation of windows and the medication cabinet, and there will be a video dropped every Wednesday. So anyone interested can go on there and support us.
That's great. Jeanette, where do you see any wish list items that you may need for your program?
Again, like Cherita said, there's a lot of things that these programs need, and donations are very important. They need, whether it's television sets or bedroom sets or mattresses, the basic essential needs that everyone needs to survive. It would be very helpful to help these individuals to be able to get donations such as this. So anything that you are willing to give, curtains, clothing, anything would be greatly appreciated.
And Cheryl, any items of wish list that you see for your programs?
Typically furniture, flooring, TVs, clothing, anything that could benefit the individuals in their home life. So a lot of our facilities need furniture or flooring, appliances. That would be an awesome donation as well, because sometimes they conk out and we might not be able to get them repaired right away. So that would be an awesome donation as well.
Now, one of the sites, Northville, that you supervise, has a Century Garden on it.
Yes.
That's about a 2 to 3 acre piece of property that has waterfalls and
Correct.
flowers and so forth.
Yes.
But our No Walls program is going to be moving there very shortly. How do you see that interaction with your site at Northville?
The individuals love the Century Garden. We have one particular individual that goes there practically every day. If he goes to the mailbox and then he goes to the Century Garden. They can hear the music when they're playing the music. They enjoy going out they had an art show there. We took the individuals to the art show. I think it's a good thing for the environment as well, as other people would enjoy the animals and the flowers. Joanne from the program Without Walls, she's awesome in inviting other individuals to come attend their events there. So occasionally we get to take all our individuals there to enjoy the festivities as well.
That's great. Again, I want to thank our viewers today. Rise Life Service is probably one of the best kept secrets. We hope to make it one of the best agencies on Long Island. Thank you for watching our show, and have a great day. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.